Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu. Homage to my most venerable Guru Bhante. Homage to the Bhantes who translated this Dhamma into English. Bhante, most venerable Bodhi, and most venerable Bhante Sujata. Meritorious everyone. Today we will be talking about noble friends from Samyukta Nikaya, the connected discourses. It's such a beautiful discourse. Okay? Noble friends are the gurus. Noble friends are the teachers that we need. We definitely need a guru to follow this dharma. Even the Buddha, after the enlightenment, the Supreme Buddha had a thought that he thought to himself that living without a teacher is a pain. Just after the enlightenment, he thought, without a teacher, the life is a pain, he thought. So Buddha thought that I need a teacher, higher power. And he was finding a teacher in the three worlds, human world, the heavenly world, and the Brahma world, higher than his virtue, sila, higher than his samadhi, concentration, higher than his wisdom, panya. He did not find. And then he thought to himself, it would be better I keep my own Dhamma, I realized, and Vinaya as my teacher. So the Buddha appointed his own Dhamma and Vinaya as his teacher. So even the Buddha needed a teacher. What about us? We need a guru. We need a teacher. Okay? I think you like stories. In Benares, long ago, the Bodhisattva was born in a business family, very rich. As he grew up, he became a merchant, a trader. He had 500 carts, 500 people. And, the worst monk in the dispensation, he was called Devadatta. You see the picture on the screen? Devadatta sent this giant elephant to kill the Buddha. But that plan was not successful, right? He is bowing, worshipping the Buddha, right? Devadatta became the very bad person in the dismissal. Devadatta was born in Benares as well, in a rich family. Benares, Varanasi in India. We say Varanasi in my language. Okay. In Jataka stories also, long ago, eons and eons ago, the Benares was a rich country, rich city. Hmm? So Devadatta was born in a trader's family, in a business family too. He was rich too. He had 500 carts as well, 500 people. They sell goods, going to faraway cities, faraway countries, sometimes through deserts, sometimes to forests. Difficult journeys they had. Selling goods, they became rich. So The Bodhisattva, the good person, the noble one, he came to know about that bad trader too, and he had a plan to go to a faraway city to sell his goods. So Bodhisattva went to this bad person and said, "It is not good if we go together. We should go separate. Maybe you can go first, or maybe I can go first. Where do you like to go?" So that bad person said, he thought, if I go first, I will get lots of grass for my cows. If I go first, I will get fresh water from the streams. If I go first, I will get fresh fruits, fresh things and things. If I go first, I can sell my goods to a higher price because no one came before. And that bad person said, "Let me go first." Bodhisattva thought, "That's okay. I can go later." He thought to himself, when I go later, I will get fresh grass after his cows has eaten the fresh, delicate grass. When I go second later, I will get water easily because they dig the holes, the wells, and the streams made ready for water. I don't want to work for that too. When I go next, the second, the path is good because he made that even when he goes before. When I go second, the later, I don't want to bargain the prices because the prices are fixed already. I can sell my goods easily. So that Devadatta, the bad person, went first with 500 carts, 500 people, lots of goods, through a very hot desert. You know, the deserts are something like very dangerous places, no water, evil spirits, so many dangerous poisonous things, the poisonous plants like cactus or something, and thieves. When that bad person goes first, he was going. On the way, there are lots of people behind him. On the way, they met some other people coming from the other direction. They had very fat cows in their carts. Their clothes were wet, the hairs were wet, and they had lotus flowers as their garlands around their necks, everybody. The muddy rims in their vehicles, the wheels were muddy. And the bad person questioned, "Who are you? Where are you coming from?" They said, "Oh, my good man, we are coming from that country, and on the way, you will meet a beautiful forest, lots of lakes, fresh fruits, huh? Lots of rain." They said, "They are not humans. They are spirits, evil spirits. They came in the front." And then the other people said, if we meet a good lake in the front ahead, we don't need to bring this heaviness with the cows. We can drain all the waters. Then we can be light, and then the journey will be easier and lighter and faster. So they spilled all the waters they had and started their journey. At night, they camped around this, like keeping their carts around in a in a in a circle. And at night, all those spirits, demons came and ate all the people plus all the cows. They were destroyed. Bodhisattva, the good person, the Buddha to be, after a month, he was ready to go to the next country to sell his goods with lots of goods. He was going. He said to people, the journey in the desert is not that easy, dangerous. Do not eat anything without my permission, he said. Do not drink, there could be poisonous plants. Do not drink water without my permission, he said. Do not do anything without my permission. Listen to me. I'm your leader, he said. Everybody was happy. They were going. On the way, in the middle of the desert, they met the same group of spirits on the way. And they said, where are you going? We are going to the next country from Benares to sell these goods. What do you have in your carts? We have goods, water, food, and everything. You don't want to bring this. Spill all the water you have. You, you make your cows easier to go with light weights, they said. Ahead, you will meet a beautiful forest, beautiful lake with good water, lots of rain, lots of flowers. Don't worry, they said. Bodhisattva asked them to come closer and asked, and they said, oh, my dear good man, then we don't want to be worried about this heaviness. It can be light and easier going our journey. Bodhisattva said, no, listen to me. He said, if there is rain ahead, how far can you see the lightning? He questioned. People said, 5 yojanas. Yojana is like 100. Huh? Yojana is about distance. Yes, 10 kilometers. Okay, 10 kilometers. 5 yojanas are like 50 kilometers ahead. You will see the lightning. If there is rain ahead, how far can you smell the freshness of the rain? You know, in drought, after drought, when it rains, the smells that smells so good. How far can you smell that rain? 1 yojana, 10 kilometers. If it is raining ahead, how far can you see the rain clouds? About a yojana. About 10 kilometers. Did you see any rain clouds today? No, dear sir. Did you smell any rains? No, dear sir. Did you see any lightning? No, we didn't. Plus, did you see that they are blinking their eyes? No, we didn't. Did you see their shadows, the cows and people? No, we didn't. Listen, they are not humans. They are evil spirits. Do not spill any water. Do not throw any food or anything from your carts. Be safe. And stay around me. He instructed. He was journeying with the people and carts. On the way, they just saw the bones of the people and cows. That bad person became the leader, remaining bones and things. So he asked, do you see this? Of course, sir. You don't want to be, you don't worry about this. You're safe, he said. And he changed good hearts to the bad ones, the the wearers. He changed, and he went to the next country, sold his things, and became very rich, safe, and returned to their homes very safe and as rich people. Do you know the name of this story? Apannaka. Apannaka is the right thing. Apannaka Jataka. Read this. It's very beautiful. What do you learn from this story? The wise person should give us a good leadership. That's our safety. We need a wise person as our leader. We definitely need it. Unless we will be lost, like the people who went first. Right? So sometimes when when we see something uh, that is like very pleasant and I don't know, we get confused, right? We enjoy the things, but there is something dangerous behind it. Apannaka Pratipada, read that Jataka story, okay? Bodhisattva became a leader for all of them. And they also became the disciples of the Buddha as the Buddha and were fortunate to realize the noble truths. What happened to the retinue of Devadatta? Devadatta also had lots of people around him, monks. They were destroyed. They made very bad medicine. They were born in lower realms. Huh? You like the story? Mm, it's a nice story. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. This is the sutta I have today about noble friends. Okay. We'll see. Comes from Samyutta Nikaya, Connected Discourses, you know. The name of the sutta is Upaḍḍha. This is pronounced as Upaḍḍha. Upaḍḍha means the half. We'll read, okay? Upaḍḍha Sutta. You will see this on Sutta Central. Can you see the screen clear? Uh, see, I can see too. See, I can see.
Yes, it's very important.
All right. Somebody from the audience to read the first paragraph. A volunteer. Okay.
35.2 Upaḍḍhasutta, half the holy life. Thus, revival. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling among the Sakyans, where there was a tower of the Sakyans named Magaraka. Then the Venerable Ananda approached the Blessed One. Having approached paid homage to the Blessed One, sat down to one side and said to him, Venerable Sir, this is half of the holy life. There is good friendship, good companionship, good comradeship, not so Ananda, not so Ananda. This is the entire holy life, Ananda. That is friendship, good companionship, good comradeship. When a bhikkhu has a good friend, a good companion, a good comrade, it is to be expected that he will develop and cultivate the noble eightfold path.
Uh, so so the Venerable Ananda, you know, the Venerable Ananda was the chief attendant of the Buddha. You know, Venerable Ananda lived with the Buddha for 25 years. You know, Buddha slept only 4 hours. Huh? Yes, a day. And when the Buddha was sleeping, Venerable Ananda went around his kuti 7 times with a lamp to protect him, to see that if he's okay, which means Venerable Ananda did not sleep at all. So he came to the Buddha and said something. See, He said, Venerable Sir, this is half of the holy life. That is good friendship, good companionship, good comradeship. So the dispensation or the practice of the holy life, a half of the practice depends on the good friendship. And what about the other half? And the half is to you. And the half is to the good noble friends. That's what the Venerable Ananda said. Huh? Buddha said, do not say that, Ananda. No, Ananda. Not so. This is the entire holy life, Ananda. That is good friendship. The entire practice depends on the noble friends, depends on the guru. Unless you will be misled. The entire practice, entire holy life depends on the good noble friend, good comrade. It is to be expected, see, it's very good, right? That he or she, right, will develop and cultivate the noble eightfold path. If someone wants to complete the noble eightfold path, he will definitely need a good friendship, noble friends. That's what the Buddha said. So we'll see how can somebody develop this noble eightfold path.
And how, Ananda, does a bhikkhu who has a good friend, a good companion, a good comrade, develop and cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path?
Okay, let me say this. Idananda bhikkhu sammaditting bhaveti viveka nissitang viraga nissitang nirodha nissitang vasagga parinami. This is Pali.
Here, Ananda, a bhikkhu develops right view, which is based upon seclusion, dispassion, and cessation, maturing and release.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. These are actually really good words, huh? Idananda, ida ananda, ananda, here ananda, a bhikkhu, a monk, samadhi, samadhi is the right view. Samadhi, right view. Do you know about samadhi? Samadhi is the knowledge about suffering, knowledge about the origin of suffering, the knowledge about the cessation, the end of suffering, and then the knowledge about the path leading to the cessation of suffering. These are called noble truths. Yeah, noble truths, right? Suffering, cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, and then the path. These are called noble. So if somebody believes in these four things, he has the right view, right? Suffering. What is suffering? Birth is suffering, aging is suffering, death is suffering, separation from loved ones is suffering, not getting somebody likes is suffering, the entire life. In brief, the five aggregates of clinging are suffering, Buddha said, right? So if you believe in suffering, you believe in the origin of suffering, the cessation of suffering, and then the path. What is the fourth noble truth? Path leading to the cessation of suffering. Again, the noble eightfold path is the path to the cessation of suffering, to Nibbana, right? We will be talking about this. So, Samadhi has two things actually. If you believe in karma, the good karma and bad karma, this world and then the next, if you believe that mother is a special person, father is a special person, that's also Samadhi. If you believe in good karma, in giving, it's also your samadhi, mundane samadhi. Anyways, samadhi, right? Clear? Everybody? Bhikkhu, samadhiting bhaveti. They develop samadhi. Viveka nissitang. Such a beautiful word, viveka nissitang. You know this word, viveka? Viveka is very restful, very rest. Very relaxed, physically and mentally. You're not busy. Viveka is that. Mentally and physically, you're very relaxed. You're not tired. You're not exhausted. Viveka. We do have this word in our language too. You do? Viveka. It's a Pali word, Viveka. So in your translation, you see this word, seclusion. It's a good word too, right? Seclusion. Like you're not busy. You're not engaging in so many things, right? We need this. We need to be, we need time, right? Because, when we get so much busyness, we get stressful, depressed, tired. Huh? We need time, relaxed, to think about the Dhamma, to read about the Dhamma, to listen to the Dhamma, right? Okay, that's called Viveka Nissitang. Viraga Nissitang. Such a good word too. Viraga. Viraga. What is that? Essential places. It's essential places? No?
No connection.
No connections. It's close, but it's not the exact meaning. It's very close. Viraga is you have less desire. No craving, yes. Less craving. Viraga, right? No, too much of desire. It's unwanted desire, right? Viraga is like dispassion. We need this. We need this, we need that, like so many things to see, so many things to hear, so many things to smell, so many things to eat. Lots of like distractions we have. Even today is like very bad. Not like in the past, huh? Viraga Nissitam. So remember the first one? Viveka Nissitam. You're not tired physically and mentally, yeah? Viraga, less desire. Nirodha, cessation of unwholesome feelings. How do we see this in dispassion? And cessation of cessation. Cessation is the letting go of unwholesome feelings. Maybe anger, maybe greed, maybe delusion, maybe jealousy. Less unwholesome things, right? This is a practice. When you meet the noble friend, the guru, they will guide you to do this. To live your life not busy. It's not like you neglect your work. It doesn't mean that. As lay people, we know that people are very busy. You want to work, not like Bhantes, not like monks, huh? Monks have lots of time to read, huh? That's right. But that's not the excuse. All right. Okay. You should like these words. Viveka Viraga Nissita, Nirodha Nissita, Vasagga Parinami. Vasagga is the maturizing. You reach Nibbana. You reach the goal. You need these three things to practice. When you meet the noble friend, so this path is very peaceful, very relaxed, very comfortable. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. So when you have that background, what is the background? Viveka Nissitang. You're not tired. Viraga Nissitang, less desire. Nirodha Nissitang, letting go of unwholesome things. You practice the path. How? I need somebody to read this.
He develops right intention, samma sankalpa, which is based upon seclusion, passion, and cessation, maturing in release.
Sadhu, sadhu. What is Samma Sankappa, Linda? Three things, huh? Yes. Nekkamma Sankappa. Remember Nekkamma Sankappa, the Pali word. Samma Sankappa is right intention, okay? Nekkhamma sankappa is the renunciation. What is renunciation? You let go your family and go to Himalayas? It's not the renunciation. It's what the Mahabodhisattva did, right? If you read Jataka stories, remember? He let go of everything, everybody, the good family, mother and father, wife and children, and then the whole country as the kingdom. He let go and went to Himalayas to become an ascetic. Why? He didn't like his parents? No, that's not the right idea. He didn't like the country, the people he hate? No, because he liked mostly the Buddhahood to achieve. That was the practice, huh? But the Samma Sankappa, Nekkhamma Sankappa is letting go. How do you practice this? Giving. Dana is Nekkhamma Sankappa, giving. You give, donate, charity, giving and sharing. It's not easy. Giving is not easy. Buddha said giving is like a battle. Giving is a battle, Buddha said. Why? Because we have a very strong feeling called desire, tanha, trishna. Everyone, when you give, you practice the letting go, and it's a part of the Noble Eightfold Path. You develop the Noble Eightfold Path, right? When you give. What can you give? Your time. It's not always physical. Your knowledge, your wisdom, your compassion, your kindness, your smile, your good words. You don't like to share? No? You don't want to give that to the world? Something good. Giving. The second sankappa, avyapada sankappa. Avyapada is non-will. Okay, what is non-ill will? Loving kindness, metta, loving kindness. Remember, loving kindness is a part of the Noble Eightfold Path. Samma sankappa, right? And then the third one, vihimsa sankappa. Vihimsa sankappa is avihimsa sankappa. Yes, avihimsa sankappa is non-violence, non-harming. What is it? How do you practice it? How do you practice non-harm, non-violence? Huh? Yes. How do you practice it? Raymond? Compassion. Yes, good. Compassion. So giving, loving kindness, and compassion. These are the three things. Sankappa. Remember right view. This is right view. Right intention. This is the second step in the Noble Eightfold Path. How do we do this? When you meet a noble friend, you will get the idea. You will get the Dhamma to practice this, right? How? Viveka Nissitang, Viraga Nissitang, Nirodha Nissitang. That's the base. Was Sagga Parinami. You reach that point, okay? All right, next one.
He develops right speech, samma vacha, which is based upon seclusion, dispassion, and cessation maturing in release.
Okay, samavacha, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Right speech, right speech. Right, it says 4 things. Musavada veramani, no lying. Pisunavacha, no divisive speech. Harusavacha, no harsh words. Sampapalapa, no idle chatter. What is idle chatter? Pointless talks, okay? Pointless talks. Yes, of course. doesn't help, right? We can have fun though, but it's not the right thing in the right noble eightfold path. Okay, samavacha. The next. All right. So when you have a noble friend, you will get to know about these things, right? From the Buddha. Unless we will do whatever we like to do. You have no control. Okay. Next. Samavacha. Next.
He develops right action, samakamanta, which is based upon seclusion, dispassion, and cessation, maturing in release.
Sadhu. Sadhu. Samakamanta are the precepts. No killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct. Okay? Samakamanta. Kamanta is the action. Okay? And yes. So, when you're really into Dhamma, when you have that deep faith in the Buddha and then the practice, you read a lot, you listen to a lot, you develop these three things. Viveka Nisitam. You have lots of viveka. You have lots of time. Okay? You're dedicated. You're relaxed. You're happy. Viraga Nisitam. Less desire. Nirodha Nisitam. Letting go of unwholesome things. Because you have time to think about it. Your mind is filled with Dhamma, not something else. Feed your mind with Dhamma. Then you will always have Dhamma thoughts. Dhamma facts. Right? You need time, huh? Okay. Samma Ajiva.
He develops right livelihood, sama ajiva, which is based upon seclusion, dispassion, and cessation, maturing in release. Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu. Samma Ajiva. You make your living in a righteous way. Samma Vayama.
He develops right effort, sammavayama, which is based upon seclusion, dispassion, and cessation, maturing in release.
Sadhu. Samma Vayama has four things. Two things for the wholesome things, two things for the unwholesome things. To let go of unwholesome things, to develop wholesome things, right? Samma Vayama. Vayama is the right effort. You have the right effort to abandon something negative. This is the first. You have Samma Vayama, right effort, to prevent your mind from unwholesome things. When you find that you don't have any positive things, that good quality, you have the effort, you develop your effort to get it. For example, maybe Sila, maybe knowledge of Dhamma, maybe Samadhi, concentration, maybe patience, maybe generosity. You find that you don't have that. Then you have the effort. The fourth thing, when you find that you have that good quality but not developed, you try your best to develop your good quality. For example, faith. For example, virtue. For example, wisdom. One more, generosity, patience, whatever. Knowledge of them, kindness, compassion. Yes, good words. This is called Samma Vayama, right effort. Noble Eightfold Path. Next, Samasati.
He develops right mindfulness, samasati, which is based upon seclusion, dispassion, and cessation, maturing in release.
Sadhu, sadhu. Right mindfulness, mindfulness about the body, mindfulness about the mind, mindfulness about the feelings, the second, mindfulness about the Dhamma. Right samadhi, right concentration.
He develops right concentration, samadhi, which is based upon seclusion, distraction and cessation, lecturing in reading.
Sadhu. Samadhi is the first jhana, first level of the concentration, second jhana, the third jhana, and then the fourth jhana. Jhanas are the levels of the concentration. Okay, all right.
It is in this way, Ananda, that a bhikkhu who has a good friend, a good companion, a good comrade, develops and cultivates the noble eightfold path.
Sadhu. When you have a good, noble friends, you will develop these 8 things to Nibbana. Okay, all right. How? Viveka Nissita, Viraga Nissita, Nirodha Nissita, Vasagga Parinaya. All right.
By the following method too, Ananda, it may be understood how the entire holy life is good friendship, good companionship, good comradeship. By relying upon me as a good friend, Ananda, being subject to birth, are freed from birth. Being subject to aging, are freed from aging. Being subject to death, are freed from death. Being subject to sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair are freed from sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair. Sadhu, sadhu.
That's beautiful, huh? That's really beautiful. So see, the Buddha said, so we were talking about the noble friend, the Guru. The Buddha said, when the people find the Buddha as the Guru, as the noble friend, see, by following the method to Ananda, it may be understood how the entire holy life is good friendship. The entire practice depends upon the good friendship, noble friends. By relying upon me as a good friend, when you select the Buddha as your noble friend, beings subject to birth are freed from birth. Beings subject to aging are freed from aging. The Buddha is the teacher. Huh? Buddha is a noble friend. Beings subject to death are freed from death. Beings subject to sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair are freed from sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair. Everything depends on the noble friends. We need that leadership. By this method, Anand, it may be understood how the entire holy life is good friendship, good companionship, and good commemorateship. Sadhu. All right, everybody. So we have the same kind of yes questions. Yeah, through meditation, you reach samadhi. Samadhi is all about meditation. And some people in the Buddha's time also, when they listen to the Dhamma discourses from the Buddha, their minds are samadhi, concentrated. It's not like the eyes are closed, it's not in the way, but very focused. It's called samadhi. Okay? That's why sometimes they understand the Dhamma fully when the Buddha was talking. Same kind of sutta we find from Kosala Samyukta. Kosala is the king. Hasenadi of Kosala is a rich king in India, in the Kosala country, where the Anathapindika's monastery is situated. The Buddha lived. Kalyana Mitra Sutta, good friends. All right, we will quickly read that too, right? The same information you have. Somebody to read the first part. Oh, excuse me. I didn't share my screen. Connected Discourses 3.18, 3.18, Samyukta Nikaya, Kosala Samyukta, Kalyana Mitra Sutta.
Kalaya Upaḍḍhasutta, good friend. Eksawati, keep it to one side, Vipassana said to the Buddha. Just now, sir, As I was in front of the retreat, this thought came to mind. The teaching is well explained by the Buddha, but it's for someone with good friends, companions, and associates, not for someone with bad friends, companions, and associates.
Sadhu, sadhu. So that king was very wise, huh? Sometimes this Pasenadi of Kosala, the king, he does something really bad. We meet. You don't meet that? Yeah. Sometimes he's not wise all the time, but he became a very good person, very good disciple. He made lots of dana. He listened to lots of dhamma. But Buddha also did not preach deep things to Pasenadi of Kosala, the king. In this sutta also, we'll see. The next.
That's so true, great king. That's so true, said Buddha. And great statement, I mean. Great king, this one time I was staying in the land of destruction, where there's a town on Tokyo. Then the medical Ananda came to me, bow, sit down to one side and say, "Third good friends, companions, and associates are half the spiritual life." When he had spoken, I said to him, "Not so, Ananda, not so, Ananda. Good friends, companions, and associates are the whole of the spiritual life. Among which good friends, companions, and associates can respectively develop and cultivate and aid the noble eightfold path."
Sadhu. See the same thing, right? So Pasenadi of Kosala said, the holy life is always, all the time, depends upon the noble friends. Buddha said, yes, your majesty. Ananda said this information, and Buddha said, yeah, we'll read more.
And how does Americans with good friends develop and cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path? It's when a monk develops right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right immersion, which rely on seclusion fading away and cessation, and ripen as letting go.
Sadhu. Same sutta, the same, different translation, the same information you have.
That's how a monk with good develops and cultivates the Noble Eightfold Path. And here's another way to understand how good friends are the whole of the spiritual life. For by relying on me as a good friend, sentient beings who are liable to rebirth, old age, and death, to sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress are freed from all these things. This is another way to understand how good friends are the whole of the spiritual life.
Sadhu.
What is the meaning
Pardon me?
What is the meaning of sadhu?
Sadhu is very good. Excellent. Sadhu. Excellent. Good, good, good. Like that.
So, great king, you should train like this. I will have good friends, companions, and associates. That's how you should train.
This is what the Buddha said to King Pasenadi of Kosala. King, you should practice this. I will have good friends, companions, and associates. It's the information, the instruction from the Buddha to Pasenadi of Kosala.
Have good friends, companions, and associates. You should live supported by one thing: diligence and skillful qualities.
Sadhu. The next step. All right. When you have noble friends, you will be diligent in skillful qualities. You will develop the good qualities. You develop wholesome qualities, right?
When you're diligent, supported by diligence, your ladies of the harem, aristocrat vassals, troops, and people of town and country will think, the king lives diligently, supported by diligence. We'd better live diligently, supported by diligence.
Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
See, the Buddha is the most, how do we say this? Say a good word. the wisest person in the world, huh? The best in the leadership to the world, to the three worlds, huh? When the king lives diligently, supported by diligence, other people will follow the king. The Dhamma is like out of the world. You can say this. Yes, we continue reading.
When you're diligent, supported by diligence, then not only you yourself, but your ladies of the women's quarters and your treasury and storehouses will be guarded and protected.
Oh, really? Guarded and protected. Oh, sadhu, sadhu. That's what the Buddha said. This is Gatha. Gathas are the verses.
For one, there continuous flow of excellent wealth. The noble wise people crave diligence in making merit. Being diligent, a wise person secures both benefits. The benefit in this life and in lives to come. A wise one, comprehending the meaning, is said to be
Sadhu. Okay, can somebody explain? Yes.
What when this one refers to diligence? What is how does we define diligence?
Diligence. Apamada in Pali. Apamada is you're not late to practice. You do not waste your time to practice. You're diligent. Means it's not, huh?
Engaged.
Yes, you can say that. You do not neglect things, right? You're always mindful. And you do not get negligence. So this is really good, right? The diligence, supported by diligence. Then not only you yourself, but your ladies and women's quarters and your treasury and the storehouses will be guarded and protected. Okay. So this is everybody called Upaḍḍhasutta. But this is actually what I wanted to share with you today. What about the story and then the two discourses that we learned today? If you have questions or maybe your ideas, you can talk. How do you feel the story, Harry?
Yes, Bante. Um, it is it also gives us a chance to remind us that Kalyamitas really we all need the Kalyamitas to support us, to lead us, to help us to attain liberation, which is our ultimate goal. Yeah, and of course the Noble Eightfold Paths supported us for the path to obtain liberation. So it's very nice. It's very nice. Thank you, Bante.
Bante, I have kind of an issue. To find good friends, it's easy among Buddhists. What about the cold work there? They form friendships, drinking at bars and doing whatever.
Yes.
So, we are talking about a very seclusive.
Okay. I put this question to the audience. How do you find good friends in the general world? That's what actually see on the board. They did not have a good leader, to show them the bad thing, right? So when we saw that picture, just we remembered that Upaḍḍhasutta, the Jataka story. The Bodhisattva became a very good leader. He instructed the people that do not drink anything, do not eat anything without my permission. Be careful, something like that. They didn't have a good friend. They didn't know about that. They were addicted to liquor and kind of like that. And they died.
Upaḍḍhasutta, like while ago, I asked myself the same question, and the sutta said, I don't remember the exact details, but the lesson one said, look at Ananda and his disciples. They had the same quality. Look at Anuruddha and his disciples. They had the same quality. Look at Devadatta and his disciples, and they had the same qualities. I feel like when it comes to noble disciples and noble companions, is that you have to have those qualities yourself or develop those qualities.
Yes.
And to
Like
find,
attracts
and
like
to find the leader.
Yeah.
That is another different
Yes.
thing, I guess, to find the right leader.
Right. Yes. Yes. That's a big thing actually to think about, right? Yes.
That's the one said that it's very few, like the simile of the greater sand and the fewer male, right? That there's not everybody's going to be a good leader or a great leader or a great noble companion, but they're there. But you know, if not, it's fewer apart between. That's my take.
Any person here, any person in this world that he can follow the Dharma, he can be a good person. Any person, not by birth, not by parentage, not by caste or whatever. If they follow the Dharma, they can be a good person. The issue is they don't have Dhamma. They do not follow the Dhamma. That's the issue. Everybody is like the humans. We came from different kind of worlds to this human world. Maybe you came from a heavenly world to this human world. I came from a different world, maybe the animal world or something. We never know. But everybody, we are here as humans. We have the same Dhamma to you, same Dhamma to me, same Dhamma to everybody, same information. If they follow, if I follow, the same result will come up. What do you say?
Well, I think the very, very important thing is that you practice good friendship in order to attract good friendship.
Exactly.
That is well said. You know, if you're a bad person, I guess it would be difficult to attract someone with compassion who is going to change you.
Yeah, I think I think the thought that I heard before is like the law of attraction. If we are having fun because you attract the other people.
Right.
But if we are emotionally attached with someone, then you kind of need for the truth first. Be okay. What to do?
Okay. Yes. What is a good person? What is a noble person? Who is a noble person? Who is a good person? That's the question. Noble friend or the good person is exactly the person who follows the Dhamma. That's it. Nothing else. Because the Buddha explains everything. He explains everything. Everything he explains is good quality, which is called kusal or ping or punya, wholesome things. He never explains bad things. He never instructed you to follow anything bad. When someone follows the Dharma, he will definitely experience happiness. This is the Buddha. Buddha realized this Dhamma not in a day. He practiced this Dhamma countless times in his previous lives, like the Upaḍḍhasutta, right? He practiced those wisdom. He practiced this leadership. He became a leader to that maybe 500 people there to be safe and to make good money in that life. But becoming a Buddha, he gave us to be free from everything, free from suffering, free from sorrow, free from bad realms, not to make good money, not to be safe in a desert, not to be safe here and now, or maybe wherever. No. Buddha gave that Dharma, he shared this Dharma to be free from the whole mass of suffering. How? Because he practiced that in his entire life in the samsaric journey. When you read Jataka stories, oh, you will be amazed. Like the information you read about the Bodhisattva, his sacrifice. Yeah, we were talking about that the bunny on the moon, the rabbit on the moon. It's the Upaḍḍhasutta day today. Upaḍḍhasutta is the full moon day. Huh? At night you will see the full moon, very big moon, and on the moon you will see the rabbit. Have you seen the rabbit? The full moon? Huh? It's a rabbit. You know the story? It's a Jataka story. The story's name is Sasa Jataka. Sasa is the rabbit. Even Sasa Pandita. Pandita is the wise person. Yes, Sasa Pandita. Sasa, the bunny, the rabbit, had three friends: monkey, a jackal, and an otter, the water dog. And he was the leader as a spiritual leader, even in the animal world. See, smart person. He thought, tomorrow is the Upaḍḍhasutta day, full moon day. We should observe 8 precepts. Animals. When you observe 8 precepts on the full moon day, you will practice more dharma. The bunny was giving instructions to these friends. You should practice dana giving. You should practice sila, 8 precepts. You should practice samadhi. How do you practice dana giving? So the monkey thought, of course I can practice my dana tomorrow. If someone comes to me, I should have something. He went to the forest and picked up a bunch of good mangoes to dana. And then the jackal went around and found a pot of curd abandoned. He brought it that to donate tomorrow. And then the otter, when he was running nearby the river, he found dead fish and brought to give dana tomorrow. Bunny, the rabbit, he was thinking, I have nothing. If someone comes to me asking for some food, I will donate my own life to become the Buddha. He was meditating, and then the virtue, the power of the virtue made the Sakka seat hot. You know, the Sakka is the leader of the heavens, the king Sakka. He has a very big seat, comfortable. And when somebody is in suffering, the seat becomes very hard. And Sakka knows that somebody needs help. He looked at this human world and saw that bunny rabbit. By the power of the virtue, concentration, and wisdom, everybody felt that. Then Sakka came as an ascetic, sir, very old, asking for dana. The monkey gave that bunch of the mangoes. The otter gave that dead fish. And then the jackal, the fox, he gave the pot of curd. He came to the rabbit too, and rabbit said, if you're hungry, I can donate my own flesh. Find some firewood and kindle it, set fire. And he jumped onto a heap of hay and shook his body to let go of the insects. Compassion, kindness, to throw them away. He shook a few times. And like a beautiful swan coming to a red lotus pond, he jumped onto that fire to be burned. But that was not real fire. That was cool. He's saying, your fire is very cold. The Sakka appeared as the Deva, the king, and he grabbed that rabbit and said, you are such an amazing being practicing Dhamma to become the Buddha, Bodhisattva. Everybody in this human world, everybody in these 3 worlds, human world, heavenly world, and Brahma world, should know about this Bodhisattva. For an eon, I can let them know. And he grabbed some paints and drew the picture of that rabbit on the moon. This, everybody, is the oldest painting in the world. Most ancient. Tonight, you will see that rabbit, the Bodhisattva, this picture, and enjoy and pay your venerations to the Bodhisattva's dana, sila, and samadhi. Jnata, please. So that's how he practiced dana, giving. That's how he understood this noble Dhamma, for you to understand. He doesn't want you to jump into fire. He did that.